Lynn Tully is here from Miss Mary Bobo's, and she's brought along a big bowl of comfort food. We are making ham leek and potato soup. As always, love it when you are in the kitchen with us, and you're telling folks today, don't be afraid to cook with leeks.
Because they see it in the grocery store, it looks like a giant green onion.
Exactly.
But people have heard, oh, they're hard to clean, and so they just avoid them. But I'm going to show you how easy they are to clean. Why don't we do that first thing?
Okay.
So you take your leek, we're going to cut off the root end, and then we're going to cut off the dark green because it's too coarse and tough. You could never get it tenderized. So you've got a little piece of leek left here. We're going to split it lengthwise. And the reason people think it's hard to clean is it grows in sandy soil, and that grit can get in all these little layers. So you see it's a lot of layers. So after we split it, then we're going to slice it, and we're just going to put it in a bowl of cold water, sort of swish it around because you want all those little bits of leek to separate so the grit will fall out. It'll go to the bottom, and your leeks will float to the top. So we're putting this all in here. Swish it around, sort of separate it, the layers separate it. And you could do pour this water out and start all over, but if you can see, the grit has sunk to the bottom.
Yeah. And that only takes a matter of seconds, not very long. Okay.
No,
Alrighty.
that's so easy.
So you get that like you need it, and then we start to saute those?
Now we're going to do our rest of our ingredients. I've got 2 tablespoons of butter. So we're going to just drain our leeks, put them in there. You want 4 cups of sliced leeks, and that takes about 3 large leeks to make that. So you put it in here, and you need to saute it for about 5 minutes because we want it to have a little head start before we add everything else. So once it's sauteed for about 5 minutes, then we're going to add 2 cups of russet potatoes that are diced and peeled, and 4 cups of chicken broth. So here's our chicken broth. Pour that in, and we're going to bring this to a boil and then turn it down low, put the lid on. It takes about 25 minutes for your vegetables to get tender. So here we have some that are already tender, and we're going to finish it up.
Okay.
So, no.
We're going to hold that for,
before we finish it up.
Oh, that's right, we need to.
Sorry about getting my steps mixed up here. This is an immersion blender. Do you have one of these, Leland?
I do not.
You might want to get it. It's great to puree soup. You can make salad dressings with it, and you can take lumps out of your gravy with it.
Okay.
So you just put it down in the liquid, and it just is wonderful. Restaurants couldn't do without it because.
Now, you were telling me earlier, if they don't have one, then small portions of this in a blender.
You can do it in a blender. You can even do small portions in a food processor.
Okay.
Or you can just leave it sort of lumpy. You could even take, Leland, a potato masher.
There you go.
Yeah, because your vegetables are nice.
So we got it pureed, and then what are we adding?
Now we're going to add 1/4 cup of heavy cream.
Heavy cream, all right.
Heavy cream,
As I stir that, tell me what's going on your way down at Miss Mary Bobo's.
Well, you know, it's a slow time of the season, but I think people in the wintertime have cabin fever, so come on to Lynchburg.
Take the drive on down there.
It's just an hour and a half. This is 2 cups of diced ham, and I just used, you know, deli ham out of the grocery store. If you have leftover, that's fine.
This will saute for how long? Or
no, just bring it to a heat. Once everything's nice and hot, you're ready to go.
And it's going to look like that.
It is. I'll save some of my ham back to use as a garnish.
Okay.
So, and then I put some leeks on top of that, but it's just, don't be afraid of leeks.
Don't be afraid of leeks. There you go. Recipe number 5475 online right now in the Talk of the Town section at newschannel5.com, or take the drive down to see them at Miss Mary Bobo's in Lynchburg. As always, thank you.
Thank you.